Welcome back, and in this video I'm going to be talking about projector diet. So if you're a projector, you're wondering what to eat, how to eat. In this video I'm hoping to answer those questions in a really direct and helpful way. This will up-level your vitality, your well-being, and just give you more energy. So when you're eating something, you're going to be digesting it. You're going to be digesting the right thing as well. So firstly, I want to mention that as projectors, we do not have a sacral center. This is the most powerful energetic center in the body graph out of 9 centers. So generators have this. So if we do not have this, then we need to be really aware. We need to be careful. What it means is we don't have the energetic power in our digestive system to break down the same foods, the same amount of foods as a generator, for example. They've got this motor that's churning, that's digesting. Huge amount of energy is taken towards the digestive system. Often at least over 50% of our energy is used to break down our food. Now, if we don't have a source of consistent energy being generated within our system because we don't have a sacral center, we want to be really aware with our food, with our diet, with our digestive system. So we have a tendency to suffer more so than the average person if we're not eating the correct food in the correct way. So we have more of a sensitivity, we could say, because if we're not eating the correct food for us, then we're more sensitive and we're going to be impacted in a negative way. Whereas, for example, someone just normal, someone who's a generator, 70% of the population, so the average person, if they eat a meal that's not really in alignment with their digestive system, the sacral center will generate a huge amount of energy, break that down, and it won't impact them in the same way that projectors get impacted in a negative way if we're putting food in that isn't conducive for our system. Also, the sacral can burn more energy, it can burn more calories. So we need to also be aware of that and not overeat as projectors. So the first thing that I would suggest is enzymes, so living foods. Enzymes are produced by the pancreas, and that is what breaks down the food. It's said that we only have a certain amount of enzymes in our life, and when we deplete them, we can run really low in enzymes. So we can actually increase the amount of enzymes that are in each meal if we have raw living foods. So once again, we want to make sure that this is all in balance because there's Ayurvedic medicine, there's traditional Chinese medicine. For example, if someone is very cold, has not much energy at all, very low energy, then obviously having full raw living foods, it's going to cool the body even more because raw foods often cool the body. If you have a mango, if you have a watermelon, if you have raw carrots, if you have a raw juice, you'll notice the temperature of your body will actually drop. Whereas if you eat a curry, if you eat spices, even if the temperature isn't high, it still has a warming effect on your body. So we need to monitor this and balance this. And this is dependent on each person. Each person is going to be individually made up in their unique way, even each projector. And each projector will be a different stage on their journey. For example, in times in my journey, I've been very sick, I was extremely thin, I had chronic fatigue. And if I was having more and more raw foods, it was actually just passing through my system very, very quickly. So I wasn't absorbing all the good food because actually warming up the food, heating the food can break down the food so it's a little gentler on the digestive system. But when we cook food, it kills a lot of the enzymes, which brings vitality, which brings life. So there's this balance that we're dancing with as projectors. And this is what I talk about. We're more sensitive. If you're a generator, You can eat, a range of foods and you'll most likely be fine. You'll be able to go to work 9 to 5. You'll be able to keep going for many years. Projectors get very burnt out, often at a young age. Or if it's older, it's often a big, big burnout. The adrenals will be fried and everything. So then we have to really focus on health and bring that back into alignment. But going back to enzymes, we want to make sure that we're getting enzymes into each and every meal. So you want some of your meal to be raw. So you could you could have a live living juice, for example, like a vegetable juice that you could be juicing, or you can squeeze fresh lemon into water, for example, and get the real lemon juice. You can also have a salad with your meal. You could have some fruit before your meal. Fruit should always be eaten before. It only takes about 3 hours for a piece of fruit to pass through the digestive system. It takes about 12 hours for vegetables to pass through the digestive system. And then it takes about 72 hours for meat to pass through the digestive system. So therefore, if you're having a steak and then you're having fruit afterwards, the fruit should pass through very quickly, but now it's sitting on top of the steak, moving through the digestive system slowly, and it's fermenting. So ideally, you have fruit before your meal. Fruit will give the digestive system a lot of enzymes to use when then you have your rice and vegetables, or curry, or a little bit of meat, or whatever you're choosing to eat. I'm not going to go into the ethics. I'm not going to go into what you should exactly be eating, because each person is different. I am launching a Projector training specifically in health, and this will be a deep dive into setting up your life in a really empowered way to increase your vitality, increasing your mental health, emotional health, energetic health, as well as physical health, because we are alchemical beings, and when we can bring it all together as projectors, when we don't have a sacral center, our vitality can really go through the roof. I've experienced very low vitality in my life, and now I'm experiencing very, very good vitality in my life, all because of the things that I've incorporated within and also outside in my environment to support me on my journey. You can also take plant-based enzymes. So you can include these when you have meals. This can increase the power and potency that your body can break down the food, because you don't have that sacral center. Another thing I want to mention is some people, depending on your genetics, some people actually digest proteins better than other people. Some people digest carbs better than other people do. If you come from an English background, you're probably going to digest carbs maybe a little bit better. If you come from, say, a Native American background, you might digest proteins a bit better. But there's a quiz that I will link below. You can click it, you can download it. It's a bunch of questions. Add up your answers and you'll be able to find whether your body is quite balanced, or whether it prefers a little bit more protein or a little bit more carbs. So if it prefers more carbs, you could be on a vegetarian diet, for example. If it prefers more protein, then you want to weave in your ethics. You want to weave in, okay, what feels good, but it means that your body can digest protein pretty well. So you can bring this into how you set up your diet as well. My body digests carbs a little bit more. So it functions very well off brown rice pasta, and these carby things, but the quality has to be good. It's about quality. For example, milk. You can get milk these days from the supermarket and the quality is extremely bad, depending on obviously what company you get it from. But if you go back 100 years ago and it was fresh milk delivered and it went off in 2 days, the quality of the milk was profound and actually very nourishing for most people. Now the milk that you're having is 1,000% different to what it was 100 years ago, yet everyone's like, well, milk's bad. It's more about the quality. So this is talking about bread as well. If you take this quiz and your body says that, oh, wow, it digests carbs better, then bread can be good. But then it's about what quality of bread. Obviously going for more ancient grains, more heirloom grains, rather than high processed grains, high processed wheat that's just like white and it's for money, and these companies are processing the wheat faster so they can make more money. That's going to impact everyone in a negative way. So always go back to the quality as well. But I suggest checking out that quiz and taking it, and then bringing that into your diet. Another thing that I suggest, because we don't have a sacral center, if we eat a meal like a dinner, lunch, breakfast, that's quite big. If we choose to do that, if we're very hungry and we eat a big meal, how can we support the fire in our digestive system because we don't have our sacral center? One of the ways is going for a walk after eating. 15-20 minute walk can really stimulate and digest and bring more energy into our digestive system to break down our food. So one thing we can do as projectors is go for a walk after any big meal we have. Even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, get out, get our body moving, get our digestive system moving. This will really help. Going back to the sensitivity, projectors being more sensitive. So if you're a projector, you're listening to this, you're trying to bring more vitality, more health into your life, knowing that your digestive system is more sensitive, therefore we want to be not having foods that our body are reacting to in a negative way. These days, a lot of people are allergic to quite a lot of foods that they don't even know about. There's this reactivity inside the body. For example, when we get bitten by a bee, the immune system switches on and it goes after that part of the body to protect it because we've been bitten by a bee. Now, if we're eating foods each and every day that we're allergic to, it's like we're getting 10 bee stings inside our digestive system every day, which flicks on the immune system, which flicks on the adrenal glands, which flicks on the white blood cells, and then we're going into survival. And if we're going into survival, if we're going into the sympathetic system every meal, every day, because we don't know and we're just going about it, we're not really aware, we can never truly heal because we're burning ourselves just to survive. So a test that I recommend, which will test the most common 96 foods, and it'll test your sensitivity, it'll test your allergic reaction to these most common 96 foods, is a test known as the IgG test. This can be ordered. It's often around $100 or less. It will be sent to your house. It's a very simple test. You send it back and then you'll get the results a couple of weeks later. And you'll be able to see, oh wow, I'm allergic to this food and I'm having it every day. Let's take that out of my diet so my system can relax, so I have more energy rather than fighting all the time, each and every day on something that I don't need to be fighting. So the IgG test is something that I would recommend for all projectors looking for more well-being and more vitality. Another thing when we're talking about projector health and projector diet is going to be, because we don't have a sacral center, this is the main thing that comes to the digestive system, the main thing that comes to being a projector and our health and our diet, is that not having that sacral center. We want to be not eating to our full capacity. We want to be eating to 80% of when we're full and then stopping. And this will give our digestive system more relaxation to break down, not overburden our digestive system. Generator who has a sacral center, who has a lot of power in their digestive system, if they eat more than they really should, it'll just be broken down powerfully most of the time anyway. Every person can have their own digestive issues, can have their struggles. So it's not just about being a generator, being a projector. But overall, there's going to be a lot more power in the generator digestive system. So if you're a projector, look to eat slightly smaller meals and maybe slightly more frequent. Human design is a living experiment. Your health is a living experiment. You need to be tuning into your body and feeling, how does this feel if I do this? Because we are experimenting as we go. I've done years and years and years of experimenting with myself and also with other people, and I've found things that really do work. And one of the things is, as a projector, if you can refrain from overeating and make sure that you're getting some sugar in your meals, some protein in your meals. Sugar meaning natural carbohydrates, meaning fruit, meaning grains. Every food has a certain amount of carbohydrates, sugar in it, but just making sure that you're receiving that energy throughout the day in smaller quantities and experiment with that. It's not going to work for every single projector because we are all unique. But overall, this could be a really supportive thing that you could include in your diet and how you eat your food to best serve you moving forward with your vitality. So if you want to dive deeper, I have a projector training, 6-week training. The link will be below. It's a profound training taking you into the projector essence. And I'm also launching a projector course training specifically in health. So if you're looking for vitality, well-being as a projector, then this will be a really profound training to increase your health. And it'll be going into things probably that you've never heard about. It'll be going deeply into your nervous system, into your mind, into your emotions, into your boundaries, into relationships, into physical health, into the glands, into the nervous system, into the lymphatic system. We'll be covering it all from the lens of a projector to have your energy and vitality truly increase in a really positive way. So if that resonates with you also, there'll be a link below to either sign up to find out when it launches, or if it has launched by the time that you're watching this video, then the link will be there for you to join that when it comes around, and I look forward to potentially seeing you there. Otherwise, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the information, and there'll be more videos like this coming. Leave any comments, questions below, and I'm wishing you all the best on your projector health journey. Bye for now.